Hello everybody and welcome back to the football betting series here on YouTube, Copa del Rey final edition. With domestic football being cancelled for this upcoming weekend in Spain due to the final, I figured I'd make up for the lack of picks I'll be making by covering the game itself. Fear not, we will return to regular scheduled programming with a Premier League video as well as a monthly update video for the month of April in the coming days. Without further ado, let's break down this game. Real Madrid bounced back from their surprise loss against Girona by beating Almeria in relative ease by 4-2. Now, despite this shock loss against Girona in recent weeks, Real Madrid have won 6 of their last 7 games in all competitions. In order to reach the final, Real Madrid have had to dispatch some elite competition, but it could have all come crashing down in the round of 32 when Los Blancos were drawn against Casarano, a smaller side that play in the Segunda Federación, equivalent to Spanish's 4th tier. Now, Real Madrid did manage to squeak past this side 1-0 with a number of B-team players. Next up, they faced a more familiar opposition in the form of Villarreal. Real Madrid managed to win by 3-2 thanks to an 86th minute Ceballos winner, and they moved on to the quarter-final. And this is where the intensity of the competition really increased as Real Madrid drew Atletico in the Madrid derby. Real Madrid managed to score twice in extra time to dump Atleti out of the Copa del Rey, winning 3-1. Things didn't get any easier in the semi-final as Madrid were drawn against Barcelona. Despite losing the first leg 1-0, Real Madrid managed to come back and win the second leg 4-0 to dump Barcelona out. So across this contest, Real Madrid are averaging 2.4 goals per game and creating 2 key chances per 90, defensively conceding 0.8 goals against with 2 clean sheets in their 5 matches, or equivalent to 40%. I'd like to compare this to La Liga averages, where Real Madrid are scoring 2.1 goals per game, creating 3.1 key chances per 90. They're conceding at a roughly similar rate, 0.9 goals against with 12 clean sheets in their 31 league matches, or roughly 38%. What does this mean though? It looks like in this competition Real Madrid are scoring more goals whilst creating less key chances per 90. However, their defence has not really slipped off and they're still managing to create at least 2 good goal scoring chances per game, so that little drop off in creativity is nothing to worry about. The other side contesting this final is Osasuna, and they were bested by Real Sociedad in their most recent game, losing by 2-0. This game was evenly contested, but their one shot on target really did hamper their chances to get anything against a side chasing European football. Form-wise, this does mean Osasuna have lost back-to-back games coming into this cup final, which is not ideal. However, when we look at Osasuna's journey, we do see they faced a slightly lower quality of opposition, but that doesn't mean that their road was no less intense. Facing Gimnastic in the first round, who played their football in Spain's 4th tier, Osasuna did manage to win this tie by 2-1, but they did need extra time to settle the scores. In the next round, against Real Betis, Osasuna would require one extra step, taking this tie all the way to penalties after a 2-2 draw in 120 minutes. Osasuna did manage to go on to win the shootout by 4-2 in order to reach the quarter-final. At this stage, they were drawn against Sevilla, and Osasuna saw another round go to extra time as they were pegged back in the 94th minute by Yusuf En, the series goal. However, Osasuna would go on to score a 99th minute goal in order to put themselves through, winning by 3-2. In the semi-finals, Osasuna managed to win 2-1 against Bilbao in the 2-legged affair to progress to the big game against Real Madrid. Looking at the averages, Osasuna score 1.6 goals per game, despite only creating 0.8 key chances per 90. Defensively, they do concede an average of 1 goal per game, just the 1 clean sheet in their 5 matches in the Cup, or roughly equivalent to 20%. When we compare this to the league averages, we see Osasuna score 0.9 goals per game, and do create 1.4 key chances per 90. Defensively, they do concede 1.1 goals per game, with 10 clean sheets in 32 league matches, or roughly equivalent to 31%. So what does this data mean? Okay, so Osasuna are scoring more goals despite creating a fewer quantity of high-quality chances. This does have an element of good fortune to it, and I do believe they could be found out in this competition against the big boys Real Madrid. When we look at the head-to-head record, Real Madrid won the last encounter by 2-0. They did score late in order to add some gloss to that scoreline, but Real Madrid still managed to dominate in terms of possession, expected goals, shots on target, and key chances created. And despite this, Osasuna did manage to battle hard and managed to get 11 shots off in their own right. If we zoom out a little bit and look at the head-to-head form, though, Real Madrid are unbeaten in the last 18 encounters against Osasuna in all competitions. This record does date back to January of 2011, where Osasuna managed to win 1-0 in the league, but this was over a dozen years ago. Additionally, Osasuna have failed to keep a clean sheet in each of the last 3 consecutive matches against Los Blancos, and Real Madrid have also opened the scoring in 4 of the last 5 games. I like Real Madrid to win this competition, to lift the trophy, but it's all about how we get the value from this game. Some people will be happy to take Real Madrid at 1-3, which is tempting, but I think we can get a little bit of extra value. If we jump onto the sportsbook, both legs of this double come to 1-3, combine them together, we've almost got 7-10. Real Madrid to win the game, and to score first, 7/10.